People love calling beauty effortless, but honestly, I don't think we talk enough about how funny that actually is. Because the older I get, the more I realize that looking put together actually takes work. It's not dramatic work or suffering. It's just constant maintenance. Hair, skin, nails, laundry, clothes, waxing appointments, replacing products before they run out. It all adds up. And the crazy part is that once you get used to maintaining yourself a certain way, it slowly becomes your new normal. You stop seeing it as some extra thing you have to do. It just becomes part of your life. And the thing is, I'm not even complaining here. You see, I actually like beauty. I like feeling nice. I love wash day. I like products that actually make me feel good. But recently I had this moment where I just stepped back and thought, you know, women are doing a lot. We talk about it, but we don't realize how deep this really goes because we've normalized it. Looking good is treated like it just naturally happens. Meanwhile, there are entire industries making billions from the fact that it absolutely does not happen naturally. And once you start noticing everything involved, you just can't unsee it. This isn't a complaint. It's more of an observation. Beauty isn't just beauty anymore. It's time, it's money, it's identity, it's discipline, presentation, it's social currency. And depending on how you see it, it can either feel like self care or unpaid labor. Hi, it's Sulrit. And I've been thinking about this topic for a while now because beauty maintenance is something that almost everyone participates in, but very few people actually stop to examine it. When you really sit down and calculate everything, it's honestly shocking. And this conversation, again, isn't about complaining, it's about looking at beauty honestly. I think the reason this conversation keeps coming up online is because beauty maintenance becomes invisible once it becomes a routine. You just stop thinking about it. You do it almost automatically. Wash day comes, you do it. Your brows are looking crazy, you fix them. Skincare products are running out, you probably replace it before they even finish. It just becomes part of your weekly rhythm. Because when someone looks naturally pretty or always put together, what people don't usually see are the systems behind it: appointments, the products, the planning, the time. All these little things happen in the background. Even something as simple as soft, healthy looking skin is a result of consistency in your skincare routine. Nobody just wakes up accidentally moisturized. And that's the part that I find the most interesting. The better someone maintains themselves, the more it becomes invisible. People start thinking of it as effortless when actually there is a structure to it. You're managing products, appointments, routines, all while still handling your normal day to day life. There's still normal life, people. You know, there's a big difference between doing something for fun and doing something repeatedly because upkeep is required. The more put together someone looks, the more the work becomes invisible because beauty is designed to look natural. That's the irony, isn't it? The better maintained you are, the less the work becomes visible. And people start to assume that you wake up like that. I woke up like this. But there's an entire ecosystem behind that. I didn't just wake up like this. This hair that looks nice today, it's the result of those 30 minutes I could have slept early, but instead I spent putting my hair in hairbands so when I wake up, it's nice and stretched. Most women know that there's an entire ecosystem behind appearance. There's hair appointments, there's hair maintenance, there's product replacements, skincare, body care, and lastly, the one that we don't really think about but is super important, there's the mental upkeep. Beauty isn't just physical work, it's planning. And then there's the money because wow, beauty is expensive in such a quiet and reoccurring way. The issue isn't just buying one expensive thing once, it's that products run out. Everything runs out. Your moisturizer finishes, your foundation runs out, all of them are going to finish. And suddenly, maintaining yourself starts to feel like a Netflix subscription. And the crazy part is that the products that people use the most, that run out the fastest, are often the most expensive ones. And yes, foundation, I'm looking at you. Then there's wigs and bundles. If you want quality hair, you have to spend quality money. And then there's fragrances, perfumes. We all know how that one perfume that you actually spend good money on actually lasts versus something you just buy in the supermarket. And this is why the beauty industry is worth billions globally. This isn't just occasionally hobby spending, it's maintenance spending. And honestly, society actually responds to appearance whether people admit it or not. People love saying, oh, looks don't matter, but real life doesn't behave that way. The world reacts when somebody looks well maintained. And I'm not talking Instagram filter beautiful, I mean literally just maintained, well put together. There's a difference. There's this idea that going natural automatically means less work. But that isn't always true. Natural hair is beautiful, but it can also require some serious time. Wash days can take a day, especially when your hair gets longer. Wash days can take hours depending on what treatments or processes you need to do, especially those who are a bit newer in the natural hair journey. Wash days can take long trying to figure out how to detangle their hair. Washing your hair in sections, deep conditioning, drying, styling. And then there's protective styles. I've spent 10 hours sitting in a salon chair getting my hair braided. And quality natural hair products, they don't come cheap either. The idea that natural equals low maintenance sometimes ignores reality completely. Healthy natural hair often requires consistency and knowledge, buying the right products for your hair and making sure that those products that work for your hair don't run out. There's no escape route. Extensions and wigs require upkeep. Natural hair requires upkeep. Minimal makeup still requires skincare. And no matter which route you choose, there's usually some form of maintenance somewhere. And I think that's where the beauty conversation tends to get emotionally complicated because there's rarely a perfect solution, just different versions of it. This is where the conversation shifts because remember at the start of this video, I said I actually like beauty because not all beauty maintenance feels like a lot of work. Sometimes it's deeply comforting. And I think it's important to acknowledge this. Beauty maintenance days are sometimes treated like a joke online, like it's this thing that beauty influencers do for clicks. But for many women, maintenance days are genuinely restorative. It's a reset, a slow day. It's a day where you can just focus on you and take care of you. I'm talking hair masks, face masks, those long, steamy showers while you're rinsing out your deep conditioner. Even something as simple as organizing your products. Beauty becomes a reset, and that reset has a ton of emotional value. There's something that's so physically grounding about caring for yourself. It creates this familiarity. And sometimes beauty isn't even about impressing other people. Sometimes it's just about feeling aligned with yourself, and that distinction matters. Not all beauty participation comes from pressure. Some of it is pleasure. One thing people rarely admit openly about appearance is that appearance communicates before we even speak. Appearance communicates before words even do. Before someone even understands your humor or your intelligence, they see you because human beings are visual creatures. And that's not cruelty, That's psychology. Appearance is information. People can easily make assumptions based on grooming, clothing, posture, confidence, styling of your clothes. And beauty maintenance exists because people understand this subconsciously. Looking maintained easily communicates something: attention, effort, discipline, your presence. And while that may feel unfamiliar, it also explains why appearance is so important socially. People don't just see beauty, they interpret it. And interpretation shapes opportunity. Maybe the real answer is that beauty maintenance can neither be fully negative or fully positive. Maybe it's both. Beauty can be empowering and exhausting and enjoyable. Beauty can be enjoyable and expensive. Beauty can be expensive and relaxing. Beauty maintenance can be relaxing and time consuming. And maybe that complexity is what makes it so interesting. Beauty is deeply personal and everyone experiences it differently. For one person, maintenance feels like pressure, but for another, maintenance feels like pride. For someone else, maybe it's that weekly reset that they need. And perhaps the healthiest approach is awareness. Understanding why you participate in beauty maintenance, understanding what makes you genuinely feel good, and understanding the difference between maintenance that serves you and maintenance that controls you. Beauty maintenance may never stop being work, but maybe the real question isn't whether it takes effort. Maybe the real question is whether that effort is meaningful to you. Because the reality is, appearance has always mattered. Because how you participate in beauty should feel like a choice, not an obligation. And that's the balance that I think most people are actually trying to figure out. And if this is your kind of conversation, keep watching because I think you'll enjoy the next one.